What's up guys, and welcome to my channel Flame with a 4. In this video I'm going to show you how to glitter a Bulbasaur just like this one straight after this intro. Okay guys, so let's get on with this project. So this is the glitter Bulbasaur project. As you can see here, I received one of these Bulbasaurs damaged and I thought, you know what, let's just glitter it. Let's just go out and let's just do a glitter and let's show people how to make one. You will need a few things though. You will need to go get yourself a flat paintbrush. You can get a fine one as well, which will probably help you in detailing. You will need Mod Podge and you will need fine glitter. This glitter I received from the range. It comes in all variety of colours and the sparkle on it is really good. So, you know, in the sunlight, in the lights, in a moment you will see, but this sparkle is really good stuff. So not too expensive, around about £2.99 to £3.29 for a tub, and you get a lot of it. And you know what, you don't use hardly any of this to do one Funko Pop. You will need a ruler and some masking tape. You will also need some spoons if you don't have like a tiny sieve or stuff like that. But you know what, you can use different things to do this, and you will need some paper, and I'll show you why in a second. When you put the paper down, guys, what will happen is when you're glittering your Funko Pop and when you're doing any projects that involve glitter, what will happen is it will go onto the piece of paper and then we can pick that up later because glitter goes everywhere. So you will need to make sure that you're covered. Right, so guys, on this Bulbasaur, what you need to do is just make sure that there's no dust. You can wipe it over with a clean, soft cloth if you want to. Make sure there's nothing on the cloth, and then the Mod Podge will allow you to stick to that. You will have to, however, make sure that you are happy with the colours that you're going to choose, because once this glitter's on, it's going to be on, and you want to make sure that you are happy with the colours and that you want to go for that before you even proceed to start this project for yourself. Guys, if you like this video, please make sure that you press the subscription button down in the corner that's flashing right now. And also, please let me know in the comments section what pop you would like to see next. I was thinking of doing Charmander. Would you like to see a glitter Charmander? Just let me know, guys. Right, so let's move on to this project. The next thing you're going to need to do, you don't have to do this because you can hold it by the bulb, is to just tape him up. What you want to do is you want to work out what section of the pop you're going to do first. For me, I chose the head because I thought around the eyes is usually where Funko mess up on the glittering. The eyes are usually absolutely dreadful, and you know what, I don't know if you've seen the Ursula pop, but it isn't great. So the first thing to do is be really careful, make sure you got your flat fine brush there, and just go round and use the Mod Podge. Keep it really thin, don't blob it on, because if you blob it on and get runs, that will show in the glitter. So make sure you put it on nice and even first, okay guys? For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just going to be doing a small section. If you can, try and cover like one whole piece of the face, keeping it nice and even. And then once you are ready to, you can sprinkle the glitter on. I suggest that you get like a little tiny sieve, something like a tea sieve, to put the glitter on really evenly. I mean, if you are good or steady with your hand like I am, then you can just sort of sprinkle it on as an even texture. But if you're not keen on doing that, then I would suggest going to go get yourself a little sieve and then just sieving it onto the face, just so that it is nice and even for you, because if you have big blobs in there, they will show through, and that is not what you want to have when you're doing such a project that's so detailed. And once you take pictures of it close up with the sparkle, the last thing you want to see is big blobs on its face. Right, so once you are happy with it, all you need to do is tap it off, so that just taps off the glitter there. It's going to show you now, so just tap it off, and then that should get rid of any of the excess glitter. And this is just showing you now, look, just how much that has changed already. Right, so what we're going to do now is just move on to the next section. I have just mirrored it here, so I just did the same process but the other side, just making it so it's like under a mask. When you get to the corners, you want to sort of fade the edges in, so don't put as much of the glitter with on the corners where you're trying to fade it. So I'll just show you here. So there you go. So we're doing a section, because it's just hard to go around the details on his head because he has such fine and small little blobs on his skin. It's quite difficult to go around it, so you want to just do those intricate sections out of the way, because the rest of it's just going to be putting a nice even coat over it. So you want to get out the detailing stuff like that first. As you can see here, I've done the detailing around the face because the face is the first thing you're going to see, so you want to perfect that first. Make sure that you're happy with it, and then you can keep moving on. There we are, tapping it off, and now we're just going to show you a nice up close look. So you want to get as close to them lines as you can, and you know, if you have any excess glitter on the eyes or on the top, you will be able to wipe that off with a clean brush. And make sure you got a clean brush handy. So there you are, there's a clean brush. And just go over and you just dust off any of the excess glitter, because the last thing you want is to have the glitter on the pieces that you don't want it on, and I'll show you why in a minute. As I said at the start of the video, you do want to do a section at a time. So here you can see we've done the whole head. We're not going to go on and do the little bits on his face, the darker bits, because we will do that at a separate stage, and I'll tell you why we're going to be doing that, and you know why you have to do one colour first and then move on. Once you are happy with the head, then you just need to go on to the body. Once the body is all done, you know, then we will be ready to do the fine detailing. As you can see here, we are just sort of cleaning up the mess as you go, because that's what you need to do, because otherwise you'll get glitter everywhere and it sticks to everything. And also, here is sort of like just where we had a few patches where there wasn't enough glitter. So once it's dried off, say like you give it an hour to dry off, you can just go over it very lightly. As you saw there, I had a bit on the ear that wasn't perfect, so I just added some Mod Podge, or Mod Podge should I say, and then I just put it on the ear there. So there you are, that's what it looks like, complete with the whole body done. If you want to, you can go around, if there's any bits of glitter missing, just like put a fine bit of the glue into those gaps, and then just sprinkle a little bit of glitter on. The mouth isn't actually too hard to do, so don't be afraid to do the mouth. The mouth is actually easier than you think. It does look difficult, but it really isn't. Right, so the next thing we're going to move on to is the fine detailing of his little blodges, his little spots, you know, like you'd see on a little cow or something like that. We're going to be doing those. So you want to get yourself a finer brush, and you want to go round, and you want to just put enough glue in there to fill the gaps that you have created with the other glitter. You will need a steady hand for this, guys. If you don't have a steady hand, then you'll probably be better off to lay the Bulbasaur down if you can, and then work on it as opposed to holding it, because then you'll have a more, you know, a more of a steadier surface to work on. Once you are happy with your colour, so as you've seen here, we've gone for a darker green, but still with the good sparkly stuff that we got from the range, and you just want to lightly put it on. Don't worry about thinking that the colors are going to mix, because they won't. Once you need to wait at least half an hour to an hour for your base coat glitter to dry, and then you can go and fill in the gaps. The glitters will not mix. If you don't, unless you have obviously the Mod Podge on any of the other glitter and you've made a mistake, then I would suggest letting that dry off and then doing it afterwards. But as long as you just keep it in the gaps, do it take your time, do it really intricately, then you will be absolutely fine. As you can see here, we're just going to do the piece on the head, then we're going to take the glitter, which is already ready to go. Make sure your glitter is ready to go, guys, because you don't want to leave that glue standing for too long. You want to make sure that they get as much glitter sticking in to the piece that you're detailing at that time. If you let it go off too much, then it won't stick. There you go. So that looks absolutely brilliant, doesn't it? It looks just so good. So we have the other little bits of detailing to do, which is all done now. So there you go. So that's what it looks like finished here. So that is basically what your Bulbasaur should look like before you move on to any of the other sections. Make sure that you don't put the glitter underneath. I mean, if you look at most of the glitter pops, the diamond glitter pops, you will see that the feet are not actually glittered. And that is for the pure reason that it will start to flake off. So do in between the toes if you can, but you will need to do this. So before moving on to the bulb, which is on the back of the Bulbasaur, you need to dust on some clear coat. So you will need to use some clear coat, you know, any sort of car stuff, clear coat lacquer, and you will just need to dust that over. What that does, it holds all the glitter together, and then once that's dry in half an hour to an hour, you can hold it and the glitter will not come off on your fingers. So that is the secret to keeping the glitter all together. If you don't do this, it will start to flake off and it will start to come away. But dusting it on very lightly, we will do it in the next video. We'll show you how to do that, but for now we're just going to move on to doing the bulb. So you need to choose your colours again. Make sure you keep it on fine. As you can see here, I'm touching it, and this is after half an hour, 45 minutes of the lacquer drying over the top. And like I said, it's just a dust coat just to keep all the glitter together, and that's all you will need. When doing the bulb section, you can add a little bit of white into this if you want to give it just a little extra light sparkle. This stuff wasn't as good as the stuff that I used for the body, and it tended to stick to the the spoon quite a lot, and I didn't really like that. So, but you can still put it on quite evenly. As you can see here, the result is still as good. It's still nice and sparkly. I just done a bit where I haven't done it, and I have done it, and it just looks really good. And the color came out better than I thought it would. It definitely looks like a shiny edition Bulbasaur, which you would find in any Pokemon series. So that is really good. That is kind of what I was going for, a shiny, glittery diamond edition Bulbasaur. Right, guys, we are going to go into that much detail, and we are going to go and do the little nails on there. As you can see, I knocked the spoon and I lost all the white glitter there, but don't worry about that, and never mind, we'll carry on and get on with this. So, but you will need to put the nails on a little bit thicker than you did the other ones, because they are so intricate, and you will need to take a really fine brush to do this. What you need to do is just make sure you dust off any of the excess glue. Just have a nice little daub there. Take your time, because this is the final piece that you need to do before you just put another dust coat of clear coat over it. And you just need to just do each nail. So there's 3 little nails on the front of his feet. You just need to touch them in really lightly, as you can see here. Once you are happy with the amount of glue that you put on there, I kind of just did it so that it fills the nail just perfect. I guess the same as doing any fingernail that you would do if you was a woman, just so that it's covering it, because you can't really do this in section. Once you're happy, you don't think that this would probably make much of a difference, but it really does, because it just finishes off that glitter on his foot. You just need to do that. I'm going to show you this foot, and then I'm not going to do any of the other feet, because you can just do the same thing on them. But I will be showing you, there you go, so he's all finished there. But I will be showing you now a little clip, a little preview of him outside in the sun, in his elements. Guys, you've been watching Flame With before. Enjoy these pictures, and I'll see you real soon. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.